Well, not connected to that case, but actually another one in Cherokee County. A shooting this morning. We're getting our first look at the man accused of pulling the trigger at his family member's home. He shot a person at this home several times. Tonight, the sheriff identified him as Joshua Edmondson. He is charged with attempted murder. He is locked up at this hour. Now, here's a look at the scene when we got there along Old Georgia Highway this afternoon. The sheriff says they were lucky to have such a quick response, saying they captured this guy less than an hour after he pulled the trigger at that home. And the sheriff says Edmondson took off from that scene with the weapon, but was arrested a short time later thanks to the community.
Fox Carolina's Kayla Convoy joins us live in our newsroom, and the sheriff, Kayla, held this guy at gunpoint to help make this arrest.
That's exactly right, and he was one of the first ones there. He's the one who followed up on the tip, actually finding this guy. So we held him at gunpoint until deputies could get him into handcuffs. But he says it doesn't always happen so quickly.
Yellow crime scene tape is still blowing in the wind outside of this home along Old Georgia Highway. Inside, deputies found a gruesome scene. A man was shot multiple times, and they say the person pulling the trigger was his own family member. When we arrived there, we had a victim inside the home that had been shot. There were some family members there. Was able to give us a description of the shooter and said it was a family member of theirs. And he came into the home, went straight to the bedroom, shot our victim 3-4 times. But Sheriff Steve Mueller says somehow that victim is still alive and was quickly airlifted to Spartanburg Regional, all while the race to find the shooter was on. Fled the scene on foot. We had K9s on the ground, drone team in the air, and we were looking for the suspect. Got a call through our 911 dispatch. A citizen observed someone walking up South Green River Road, which is within a mile of this location, as a crow flies, and the caller gave the description of this suspect on Green River Road, which matched the description of our suspect. So we rushed over to find their suspect, soaking wet, saying he must have gone through water at some point and ditched the gun. I was one of the first units that found the guy walking on South Green River Road, held him at gunpoint, and 2 Spartanburg County deputies come up and handcuffed him. He was captured in less than an hour. He says at this point the details are, quote, sketchy, but he's glad the arrest happened as quickly as it did. Sometimes it's days and days of pounding the pavement looking for a suspect. In this case here, was able to get him in custody very quickly, and but we are still looking in the area for the gun.
They are continuing to search the woods, but investigators are asking anyone who lives in that area to be on the lookout for a handgun, saying if you do stumble across one, don't touch it and instead call deputies so they can go out and properly process the gun as evidence in this case. Reporting live in the newsroom, Kayla Convoy, Fox Carolina, the 10 o'clock news.
The Union community held a memorial service tonight for 2 college